Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to another Meta Guide. So the Holiday Cup as well as the Open Master League begin tomorrow. Let's go. Which league are you going to be playing? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, when it comes to the Open Master League, it comes as no surprise. Well, first of all, you're going to want perfect Pokemon, 15 across the board. 98s will do, 15, 14, 15. You get the point. But they're also going to have to be XL'd. So keep that in mind. It is an expensive league. Even if you have the resources for it, it's still pretty expensive. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into the commentary and see what we got going on for us for the S-Rank Zygarde Complete. Now, this is a great Pokemon and all. The issue is that you need, 250 Zygarde cells, 200 cells, something crazy like that in order to get Zygarde Complete. So not only do you need that, but you have to hope that you have a really good one, like 15 attack, even if it's not great, like as long as it's decent. And then you're going to need the XL candy for it, and you can't get the XL candy for it unless if you turn Rare Candy XLs into it, because you can't raid this, because they only gave out one. So you're not going to, this is probably the best Pokemon in the Master League, but you're not going to encounter it too often because not many trainers are going to have it. I'm not even close to it. I still have the little puppy dog, Zygarde. So I'm not going to be using it anytime soon unless if they do put this in raids in the future. But for right now, it's a no-go for me, but if you have it, more power to you. And then we have another dragon. We have Giratina Altered. I think Giratina Altered is definitely going to be great. It is a really, really bulky Pokemon. It can just withstand a bunch of hits. Doesn't have the strongest attacks in the game, but because it can withstand all those hits, going to be looking really good. Dragonite, another really good Dragon-type Pokemon. I love the Shadow version of Dragonite. The regular one gets the job done if you want more bulk to it. But yeah, Dragonite's going to be really powerful, really, really oppressive with that fast move Dragon Breath attack. Groudon, ever since it got Precipice Blades, absolutely incredible. I mean, it had Earthquake before. Earthquake, it's good. Earthquake was actually nerfed last season, was it? So, Precipice Blades that much better. Then we have Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh is such a tank. Ho-Oh is actually better this season because Incinerate was buffed. And then we have Mewtwo. So Mewtwo is Mewtwo. It hits like an absolute truck, right? It's pretty frail, but it hits like an absolute truck. Then we have Dialga. Of course, you all know Dialga. And Xerneas. So Xerneas, ever since it got Geomancy, a pretty good Pokemon, a pretty bulky Pokemon. I guess most Pokemon in the Master League are probably bulky. They're at their peak performance, I guess, if you will. The A rank, we do have Meloetta. Meloetta is another mythical. Well, Zygarde's not a mythical, but Meloetta is a mythical where you only got one, so you're going to have to turn Rare Candy XLs into it. Now, Meloetta's been out for years compared to Zygarde, so maybe you walked it enough times, maybe you got it over time and you have it. It's a really bulky Pokemon. I just don't see it's going to be that common, right? Just because it's very difficult to get those at that level 51. And not only that, as I said, you do want a good one for Meloetta. Who knows? Meloetta has another form. Maybe they'll release it in raids in the future. Who knows? And then Zacian. Zacian, of course. I think Zacian is a great save swap. Now, I've used Zacian in the Master Classic, and I loved it with Wild Charge Close Combat, but of course it also has Play Rough. I used Snarl at the time, but it has Quick Attack too, which, when I was using it, Quick Attack wasn't as good. Quick Attack did receive a buff since, I played with it. But I don't have the XLs for it, and I don't even have a good one. I think the best one I have is a 15, 14, 13. So I'm going to hold off on it, but it is a really good Pokemon. And then we have Giratina Origin Form, absolute truck. Hits like an absolute truck with the Shadow Ball. So yeah, really strong Pokemon. Palkia, another good one. We have a few dragons. We have Palkia, and then we have Reshiram and Zekrom, all powerful with their dragon attacks. Kyurem is another dragon as well. Love Kyurem. I think it's a great Pokemon. It has that exclusive move Glaciate, which will debuff your opponent's attack, I believe. It's guaranteed, isn't it? I've never used Kyurem because I don't have the XLs, although Kyurem is coming back. So when Kyurem comes back, I guess I will get the XLs for it. But yeah, really cool Pokemon. I think I have a good one too. I don't think I have a Hundo, but I think I have a pretty good one. But I've just never used it before. And then for the B rank, we do have Yveltal. So Yveltal, Yveltal is a tanky Pokemon. It has a lot of good moves, right? It has Oblivion Wing if you want to go that route. It has Focus Blast. It has Foul Play. So you could pick a couple moves, but really good. Lugia was on top at one point, but ever since they nerfed Sky Attack, it kind of fell a little bit. But it's still really good because it really is a tank, and you really use it for the tankiness of it. It still has that Aeroblast with Dragon Tail fast move, right? So I still think Lugia is really good. Unlike Rayquaza. Rayquaza's not even on this list. I suppose you could use Rayquaza with Breaking Swipe, but because Breaking Swipe was nerfed to like 50%, I didn't include it. But I guess it might still have some play. But because of the nerf, they nerfed it because of Steelix, but because of the nerf, it really is going to affect a lot of those other Pokemon. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Next up, we have Kyogre. Now, rumor has it, if you use a PK, a shiny Kyogre, you're going to be doing more damage. I'm just kidding. Don't actually do it. I mean, do it if you have a good shiny Kyogre, but use your best one. The moves that you probably want on this is honestly Surf and Blizzard with Waterfall as the fast move. I have Origin Pulse on mine just because I never wanted to delete it, and that was the best Kyogre I had, so I built that one. But you know, Blizzard's probably the way to go. You could go Thunder as well, but I personally like Blizzard Origin Pulse. Zarude, another good one, another mythical that they only released one of, so the XLs are really scarce. But if you have it, more power to you. I think this is a good one. It will give it to you in an Origin form, right? Obviously, you know, it's a grass type. It's resisting Kyogre. Like, one of the best grass, actually, pretty much the only grass type we have in the Master League. So keep that in mind if you want a good grass type. Zarude is the way to go. Then we have Metagross. I think Metagross is a fantastic Pokemon. It was used mostly in the Master Premier, which is not going on this season. I guess they're not really doing Premier Cups anymore, but still, Metagross I do think is a really good pick. And then we have Landorus, Therian form. I've battled this quite a few times. It's on the more frail side of things. Not super frail. It's not like super frail, like Excadrill, for example, but not the tankiest Pokemon. It is double weak to Ice, but it is a really good one as well. It spams those moves with Mud Shot. I love Landorus. And then Excadrill, which is pretty frail, but it is really good. It hits really hard, and it does counter a lot of the meta like Dialga, right? So let's move on to the other options we do have. Some of these Pokemon are really dominant in the Master Premier, as you know, but again, we don't have those metas unfortunately anymore. Maybe they'll bring them back, like Gyarados, Florges, Ursaluna. Those are really going to shine and be dominant in the Master Premier if we ever get that back. Melmetal, another Pokemon I've used Melmetal in the past. Landorus Incarnate, I do think the Therian form is better. And then we have Garchomp and Baxcalibur, so a couple more Pokemon to use. Baxcalibur is pretty cool. A new addition, right? It might be difficult to have those XLs. You can have them because you can find Frigibax in the wild, but it's probably going to be a little bit difficult to get enough. And then Heatran, ever since Heatran got Magma Storm, not a bad Pokemon. Mamoswine, probably could have put Mamoswine in the B tier, to be honest. It's definitely one of the Pokemon that we see quite often, I think. Usually it's in the lead, and it's just the Ice Dam. I mean, it is frail, but you know, the Ice damage is just so powerful. The Avalanche, right? Mamoswine is really good because there's so many dragons, right? Look at all the dragons we have that absolutely dominate. So that's why Mamoswine is really good. Then we have Genesect. I do like the Ice Technoblast, Genesect, Snorlax, and then Golden Go. So I actually have almost enough XLs for this. Probably pop one more of those boxes, and I'll probably get enough for Golden Go to max out. But either way, that's going to be the Master League for you. Let's go ahead and move on to the solid team option. So for the first team, I do believe this was, I want to say Housestock's team. Actually, he ran Zekrom, but you could go Reshiram or Zekrom. To be honest, Ho-Oh, Dialga, and then, yeah, I have Reshiram here, but you could go Zekrom. I think I meant to put Zekrom. Oopsie. Yeah, definitely meant to put Zekrom there. I guess I accidentally put Reshiram, but you could go either one. Yes, you are ABA Fire. But Ho-Oh is not weak to ground, Reshiram is, and then, Reshiram's not weak to water, whereas the Ho-Oh is. But to be honest, I think you probably want to go with the Zekrom over the Reshiram, but that's a team for you. The next team we do have Giratina Double Fairy with Xerneas and Zacian. I guess you could go Groudon here as well because the backline doesn't like Steel types, whereas Groudon likes the Metagross, it likes the Excadrill, but Giratina does as well, so I think this is a really strong team. I have the Giratina and the Groudon. I just don't have the Zacian. I really need Zacian to come back. I really do. I've lucky traded so many times, haven't gotten a good one, don't have enough XLs. I think I'm close, but I don't have quite enough. And then we have Double Flyers with Lugia and Yveltal, and then Melmetal in the lead. The next team we do have is Dialga, Landorus, Ho-Oh. Looking to be a pretty good team. The backline does not like water, right? Obviously, Kyogre is going to be the main water type, I feel like. But, if you're the Dialga resists water attacks. Next up, I believe this team was created by Throw Technical, if I'm not mistaken, several seasons ago. But still, I still think it would be pretty good this season. We have the Palkia in the lead. I think Zacian is a great safe swap. You could go Xerneas as well, but I think Zacian is a beautiful safe swap. And Metagross as well to handle the fairy types. And the next up, I battle this team quite often. Double Steel, Excadrill, and Metagross with Dragonite in the lead. I guess you could do another Dragon type if you want, but Dragon type, obviously you don't want like a Dialga because you don't want to be triple steel. You don't want to be really weak to Groudon. Dragonite does well against Groudon, right? But either way, that's going to be the Open Master League for you. Let me know which league you're playing. I feel like most trainers are probably going to go with the Holiday Cup, unless you have a lot of these Pokemon built. I might go back and forth. We'll see what I do. But I know I like the Master League. I'll see how the Holiday Cup plays out because it's going to be a little bit different than it usually is. But either way, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.